Hello, folks. It's Monday, the 6th of February, and cheers, and I hope everyone's okay. Not much to on my mind to share today. At least that's how it feels. Just waking up, it's just kind of like, okay, well, let's see. Here we are. My thought this morning was as I woke up, because it's like that, when you. I think this has been established scientifically that when you're asleep, it's like a lot of the buildup on the brain during the day gets washed away. And so as you start to wake up or as you head towards waking the next day, the brain is clearer. I've noticed that for years that I'll wake up and have these what feel like brilliant, clear thoughts. And by the time I get up, most of them are gone. I try to hang on to them when I can. This morning's thought that I can remember was we live in the past way too much. As long as we're alive, there's the opportunity to make new memories. So why not do that? So with that in mind, thanks Terry for your thoughts down in Australia. I want to live a long time. I'm not afraid to talk about death because I think that to me, that's part of the problem with the facade of daily life, that people go on about their business as though they will live forever. And I don't know. I think that having a bit of consciousness about the reality of life, I don't know, seems like would maybe make us think a little bit more differently about our actions. Maybe. I know I do. Care a little bit more. Be a little less quick to be shitty to people. Yeah, I want to live a long time, but I don't. It's not up to me. I do what I can, but it's out of my hands. Really, don't have much to show because the reason is that I'm on my latest jag. I'm an obsessive sort of person, and I've been running out of memory on my computer, and so rather than getting a terabyte deal, I just bought some more 500 meg USBs for storage, because that's really the main thing I need is storage. I work on the computer, and I need a platform to record and write with, and then the rest is for storage. So I have these storage disks. But consequently, what I've been doing is I've been on a download jag. I ain't gonna lie. I'm I'm a product of the times, and so I'm able to listen and discover things that I'm able to listen to music that I can't find in the stores here in Omaha. And I don't like ordering online, It takes forever, you have to wait, and then sometimes things come damaged and all that. So anyway, did a bunch of listening online and choosing things to download, like the new Todd Rundgren Space Force. I do like it. The Adrian Belew is a standout on it. To me, it's inconsistent where he's doing all these collaborations, and some of them aren't as good as the others. I was checking that out. Got deep into some Dereck column. Love his guitar work. Akiko Yano and the YMO family. I just listen to a lot of stuff that I can't find in the stores. I love that music so much. The other part of my jag, which was more video based, was the Grammys just were lackluster, and it's like just like locally, if I were up for a Grammy, that would have my interest. But a lot of the Grammys, I watched Harry Styles to try to see what is it about Harry Styles, where is the talent, and the main thing I see is sex appeal. As it's been forever in the world of mainstream entertainment, the most important thing is not talent, it's sex appeal. And he has sex appeal. That's what I see. Was happy for Robert Glasper to win a Grammy, but in general, the pomp and circumstance and the falseness of it is just yucky, you know. So, but besides that, so I can't show any records because I was watching, and I don't have these records. I don't listen to a lot of funky dance music. I like it, but like, you know, some of the great stuff from my past. I was just saying don't live in the past, but I had a great time watching these bands from the past that are still going or have been going in recent times who are still really good, like Daz Band. Let It Whip, I watched a performance that was done within the last 10, 15 years. They were kicking ass. SOS Band sounded great. A recent video. I watched Barkays and Compunction, where they had some recent shows in the last 10 years. Those cats are looking old. There's only a couple of them that are still alive, but the music just sounded great. I love this music. I love my people. You know, don't get that wrong, okay? Me listening to all this music by supposedly white people or other people is about me exploring the world and seeing what's going on. And yeah, it's interesting to me, you know. I want to know what the hell's going on. I want to be able to sing about more than just a couple of subjects, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Sitting Out is Moonshake, English band that came out of the band The Wolfhounds, was it? Was that the band that they came out of? Took their name from the Can song, and there's a Can reference into how they made the music using solid beats, sampling, you know, sound, and just kind of a noisy sound in general. I like the music better than the guy's voice. They have a woman sing sometimes. I like when she sang. So I have this single, Beautiful Pigeon, and this is an EP, or is this an actual album? Big Good Angel. I like that artwork. Which reminds me, thank you, person who asked to send me some art. They did. It's nice. It's not. I won't be using it. It's not what I'm. It's not clicking that. I know what I like. It's not clicking that button. I know what I'd like to have. It'd be something I'd probably, you know, ultimately have to pay for. But something will happen. I'll get some artwork for my new album. I will. I have a mental picture of what I'd like to see, and we'll see if I can get anything close to it in reality. I listened to this because it was the anniversary of its release last weekend in '77. This album came out at the height of punk. I was listening to punk and this at the same time. Utopia, raw. Saw Todd Rundgren's Utopia, but after this tour, I didn't get to see the Pyramid. I saw them like 4 times after this with the motorcycle drum set. They were great live, and I got to meet them all. Really nice people. Todd Rundgren owns a couple of my records. He said he keeps them. I like this album a lot, and on this album you can hear how good of musicians they are. There's parts here that sound like Return to Forever, Chick Corea, and Todd Rundgren's guitar playing, and you can hear it. He's not skating across those notes like Jeff Beck had to end up doing with Scatterbrain. You know, when he did Scatterbrain on Blow by Blow, that was an accomplishment. But when they'd play it live, they'd get excited and play it fast, and he couldn't play the line. On this album, Todd articulates all of the difficult passages. I wow, that's cool. I I love good music making, and it was like, it was kind of stunning. It's like, damn, that's tight. And those are some interesting lines. Todd Rundgren is really quite badass, and he is a bigger talent in the music world than he's recognized for. Todd Rundgren, in some ways, gets treated like black people by the larger world. It's like, because he never had a super. He had one. He's like seen as a one-hit wonder in the mainstream, and is not afforded, like I say about Curtis Mayfield and people like Isaac Hayes and James Brown and Aretha Franklin. They're not lauded correctly. They're not remembered properly. These are my Black History Month comments. Black history is on my mind all the time, actually. Why don't we hear James Brown on FM radio here in the Midwest? We hear Leonard Skinner all the time. I never hear James Brown. That doesn't seem right to me. I never hear Aretha Franklin, except for the AM oldies. But on the FM stations, I think it's racism, and I think it's another example of the white privilege that refuses to be acknowledged or dismantled, and I think it sucks, and it's part of what keeps life so shitty, you know. And it doesn't make me not want to listen to white music. That's not the point. Listen to what I want to. The point is things aren't right. They're not fair. I really ought to be able to turn on my radio in the car, and instead of for sure hearing Led Zeppelin and Leonard Skinner whenever I go to the store, I ought to be hearing some classic, not just on AM but on FM, and not even just the old 60s and 70s, you know, hip hop, you know. Why aren't we hearing it? It's not right. That's what's on my mind this morning. So that's my rant. I'll stop. I hope everyone's okay. Had a good conversation with my sister and my nephew Kareem this weekend, talking about music and about business. And Stephanie, when you watch this, I do encourage you, because I was thinking about grabbing one of the prints that I was telling you about. I have these prints of artwork that I can sell of one of my album covers. I just, I'm not focused on business. I don't want to be thinking about it all the time, With that in mind, if I didn't say it already, I was really happy with my Bandcamp Friday. People continued to buy after Bandcamp Friday was over. I would encourage you to continue to buy. I was #1 bestseller for over 24 hours here in Nebraska on Bandcamp. That's a first. It was cool. At the same time, it was the reality of when you hit #1, there's only one place to go, and it's back down. And so, of course, I'm back down today. But I was #1 for over 24 hours. I was the best seller, in Nebraska. And it's a real-time deal. So where am I at? It's Monday morning. From Saturday morning, I was #1, and I'm down to #4 in terms of sales. And I'm just really pleased, that happened at all. It's like, it's awesome. Thank you, folks. Keep it coming. I'm about to start talking to the record company about a date for my next vinyl record. Tentatively, it is for this year. I'm pretty much ready, except, like I said, the final getting my artwork together. And I'll know the cover when I see it. I can even make it myself, but I'm kind of looking around. You know what I'm saying? And I've approached one artist, but there's money involved there, which of course, by all rights, there should be. I'm trying to see if I end up going that way. I'm going to see what I can do regarding finding some money to use that art, if that's what I do. But like I said, I can do the art myself, and my sisters and brother are artists too. I don't bother them. I've used Stephanie's artwork Adrian's work is really not suitable in general for what I'm doing. But art's in my blood, so I want something really good, something fantastic actually, so we'll see. Okay, that's what I want to ramble on about. Okay, last thing I listened to was a burn of Blackwater Park. I've got it on vinyl, but not on CD. So I just played this out of convenience. Love this band, Opeth. Blackwater Park is in some ways, a masterpiece to me. It's a fantastic album. And when I was first getting into it, I liked it so much I learned almost the whole album. Those riffs are great. And they are a little tricky at first, and then I catch it. Oh, this is Michael Ackerfeld's approach to the guitar neck. So I can learn his stuff, and I like his riffs a lot. Okay, that's what I got to say, people. Stay in touch with me, and I hope you're well. I hope something good happens today. Make new memories, good ones.